Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is all about media information literacy now.
Good day everyone! Once again, this is Mary Joy Namoko and I'm going to report about the media literacy. Media and Information Literacy or MIL. It consists of knowledge, the attitudes, and the sum of the skills needed to know when and what information is needed, where and to obtain that information, how to evaluate it critically and organize it once it is found, and how to use it in an ethical way. So, it includes all types of information, resources such as oral, print, and digital. It is a basic human right in an increasingly digital, interdependent, and global world, and it promotes greater social inclusion. It empowers and endues individuals with knowledge of the functions of the media and information systems and the conditions under which these functions are performed. So, there are 7 dimensions of media and information literacy. First is tool literacy. It is the ability to understand and use the practical and conceptual tools of current information technology, including software, hardware, and multimedia that are relevant to education in the areas of work and professional life that the individual expects to inhabit. This could be taken to include the basics of the computer and network application, as well as the fundamental concepts of algorithms, data structures, and network topologies. Second, resource literacy. It is the ability to understand the format, location, and access methods of information resources, especially daily expanding network information resources. This is practically identical with librarians' conceptions of information literacy, and it includes the concepts of classification and organization of such resources. Third, social structured literacy knows that and how information is socially situated and produced. This means knowing about how information fits into the life of groups, about the institutions and social networks such as universities, libraries, researcher communities, corporations, government, agencies, community groups that create and organize information and knowledge and the social processes through which it is generated, such as the trajectory of publication of scholarly articles or peer review, and etc. The relationship between a let's serve and a shared interest group or the audience served by a specialized library or website. So 4. Tools of literacy. Research literacy. It is the ability to understand and use the IT-based tools relevant to the work of today's researcher and scholar for those in graduate education. This would include discipline-related computer software for qualitative analysis, and simulation, as well as as an understanding of the conceptual and analytical limitation of such software. Fifth, publishing literacy. It is the ability to format and publish research and ideas electronically in textual and multimedia forms, including via World Wide Web, electronic mail, and a distribution list, and CD-ROOMs. To introduce them into the electronic public realm and the electronic community of scholars. Writing is always shaped by its audience. Computer tools and network audience genuine changes in writing itself. Sixth, emerging technology literacy. It is the ability to ongoing adapt to, understand, evaluate, and make use of the continually emerging innovations in the information technology, as not to be a prisoner of prior tools and resources, and to make intelligent decisions about the adoption of new ones. Clearly, this includes understanding of the human, organizational, and social context of technologies, as well as criteria of their evaluation. Seventh, critical literacy. It is the ability to evaluate critically the intellectual and social strengths and weaknesses, potentials and limits, benefits and cost of information technologies. This would need to include a historical perspective, philosophical perspective, a socio-political perspective, and a cultural perspective. So that's all the 7 dimensions of the tool literacy. And we have also the advantages and disadvantage of media. I will say first the advantage or the advantages. First, media can influence the sphere of education positively by teaching individuals about various subjects. Second, media provides up-to-date information about the various topics around the world in every short time. Next, through media, individuals get a platform to exercise their talents and improve themselves. Next, media acts as a source of knowledge for people who want to learn about various disciplines. Next, media enables mass production of assets to suit public demands. Next, addiction or repeated use of education assets by enabling mass production. Last, media allows cultural diffusion among people from different parts of the world. So now I am going to read the disadvantage. First, media can often cause hindrances in people's personal lives or lives, causing a drift in their relationship. Second, some media unsuitable for children can be hard to access. Next, media use has increased the growth of cybercrime and fraudulent activities. Next, using electronic media or media in general can be addictive. Next, addiction or repeated use of electronic gadgets or internet can cause health problems. Next, some advertisements can glamorize the use of items that cause health risk. Media can cause personal injury if individuals attempt risky stunts at home. Next, last, creating fake profiles and sending threats or bullying or such acts can ruin can ruin the mental health and reputation of targeted individuals. So that's all the advantages and disadvantages. And now, let's proceed to approaches to teaching media literacy. First, media arts education approach. Students are taught to value the aesthetic qualities of media and the arts while using their creativity for self-expression through creating art and media in page 61. In the 21st century, it is vital that all individuals develop the understanding and capability of creatively expressing their ideas through multiple forms, including multimedia. Beyond the benefits of media composition and creative expression, the skill sets students develop through media production are marketable, increasingly being integrated into courses with a focus on professional development or applied discipline context. So, example about the media literacy education are becoming more visible on YouTube. For example, Vanessa Dominguez, a very brief and highly autobiographical approach to the media literacy education, or you can refresh browser if unable to access the clip. So it is an excellent way to integrate this approach into your teaching and should be structured to align with articulated learning objectives. For further guidance, there are several online teaching guides to help instructors design and implement a digital media activity for the classroom. Second, media literacy movement approach. The media literacy movement approach attempts to expand the notion of literacy to include popular culture and multiple forms of media like music, video, internet, advertising, and etc. While still working within a print literacy tradition found in page 61 also. The media literacy movement approach is characterized by a more general level of media literacy concepts and outcomes. Though some are critical of this approach, this level of media literacy is appropriate in many courses. Fundamental media literacy skills are an important foundation for becoming a critical consumer of media. YouTube clip is one of the example of how to incorporate media literacy skills in a discussion about body image. Third is critical media literacy approach. Critical media literacy focuses on ideology critique and analyzing the politics of representation of crucial dimensions of gender, race, class, and sexuality, incorporating alternative media production and expanding textual analysis to include issues of social context, control, resistance, and pleasure. A critical media literacy approach also expands literacy to include information literacy, technical literacy, multimodal literacy, and other attempts to broaden print literacy concepts to include different tools and modes of communicating. And it was found also in page 61. However, we suggest that critical media literacy is particularly needed about the specific issues. For example, the debate of genetically modified food. Instructors can aid in student development of critical media literacy skills sets by encouraging critical analysis of how discipline-specific issues are represented in the field and mass media. For example, instructors can ask students to consider who is conveying this message. What incentive might they have to convey information from this perspective? What language and media, text, audio, video graphics are they using to describe this message? So that is the example that this instructor can ask the student that we're going to consider. What audience is the message crafted for? How is the media and language displayed tapping into the commonly held stereotypes or representations? Are the polar bear on the melting ice cap that represent global warming? How are these points valid or opposition to current research? What communication strategies and representations might the field care to refute misinformation? Next is the key concepts of media literacy. First is media are constructions. Media products are created by individuals who make conscious and unconscious choices about what to include, what to leave out, and how to present what is included. These decisions are based on the creator's own point of view, which will have been shaped by their opinions, assumptions, and biases, as well as media they have been exposed to. As a result of this, media products are never entirely accurate reflections of the real world. Even the most objective documentary filmmaker has to decide what footage to use and what to cut, as well as where to put the camera, but we instinctively view many media products as direct representations of what is real. So, this is the question we're going to consider. As who created this media product? What is its purpose? What assumptions or beliefs this creator have that are reflected in the content? The next, second, audiences negotiate meaning. The meaning of any media product is not created solely by its producers, but is instead a collaboration between them and the audience, which means that different audiences can take away different meanings from the same product. Media literacy encourages us to understand how individual factors such as age, gender, race, and social status affect our interpretation of media. So these are the questions that were considered to ask. How might different people see this media product differently? How does this make you feel based on how similar or different you are from the people portrayed in the media product? So next, media have commercial implications. Most media production is a business and must, therefore, make a profit. In addition, media industries belong to a powerful network of corporations that exert influence on content and distribution. Questions ownership and control are central. A relatively small number of individuals control what we watch, read, and hear in the media. Even in cases where media content is not made for profit, such as YouTube videos and Facebook posts, the ways in which content is distributed are nearly always run with profit in mind. So, you can ask, what is the commercial purpose of this media product? In other words, how will it help someone make money? How does this influence the content and how it is communicated? If no commercial purpose can be found, what other purposes might the media product have? Or for instance, to get the attention for its creator or to convince audiences of a particular point of view. How do those purposes influence the content and how it's communicated. 4. Media have social and political implications. Media convey ideological messages about values, power, and authority. In media literacy, what or who is absent may be more important than what who is included. These messages may be the result of conscious decisions, but more often, they are the result of unconscious biases and unquestioned assumptions, and they can have significant influence on what we think and believe. Influence on what we think and believe. As a result, media have great influence on politics and on forming social change. TV news coverage and advertising can greatly influence the election of a national leader on the basis of image, representation of world issues, both in journalism and fiction, can affect how much attention they receive, and society views towards different groups can be directly influenced by how and how often they appear in media. So you can ask, who and what is shown in a positive light, in a negative light? Why might these people and things be shown this way? Who and what is not shown at all? What conclusions might audiences draw based on these facts? 5. Each medium has a unique aesthetic form. The content of media depends in part on the nature of the medium. This includes the technical, commercial, and storytelling demands of each medium. For instance, the interactive nature of video games leads to different forms of storytelling, different demands on media creators that are profound in film and TV. You can ask, what techniques does the media product use to get your attention and communicate its message? In what ways are the image in the media product manipulated through various techniques? For example, lighting, makeup, camera angle, photo manipulation. And also, what are the expectations of the genre? For example, print advertising, TV drama, music video, and towards its subject. So, we conduct an integration survey of media literacy. So, we have a survey of different student number, and we have the submit date, and the questions are you aware of the concept of media literacy? Is media literacy integration important or effective? Is it true that incorporating media into the curriculum allows you to be more adaptable and creative? Does the integration of media literacy successful in the school? How does the integration of media literacy helps you as a student? So we conduct this kind of integration survey in media literacy so that we could know if they're aware of the media literacy. So as we can see, the real world, we are facing this technology, the media literacy, which can help of us to be more productive as individuals, especially as a student. So that's all. I hope that you learned from my report about the media literacy, and God bless everyone.
Thank you for watching.